Today on Studio 13 Live.
Whoa, this is incredible.
We're taking you inside these beautiful luxury tree houses that you can stay in for the weekend.
And a hot debate online. Should bridesmaids have to shell out thousands of dollars to be in a wedding? Or should the bride foot the bill?
And the founder of Yonder Cider joins us to talk about creating her own company in a male-dominated field. And we'll try some of her delicious ciders.
Plus, the Pacific Northwest Reptile Show coming to town, and we are joined by these creatures in studio. Will either one of us get our Britney Spears moment?
Then, the owner of Mariposa Tapas Bar cooks us up some delicious Spanish food.
Studio 13 Live starts right now.
I wanna see you smile, take you another mile. Don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait today. It's happening all around, like sunshine through the clouds. I'm gonna make.
Hello, hello, and welcome. Thank you so much for being here with us. We are so excited to have you. I'm Maria Garcia.
Hey, and I'm Carly Henderson, and I have good news for everyone. 5 p.m. sunsets begin today.
Oh, yay!
Yeah, we made it through the big dark. So the sun is going to set at 5 p.m. or later until November. Lucky us.
So I do have a little bit of a hot take on this.
What?
I go to bed super early, between like 6:30 and 7:30.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with this big dark. Like, I don't mind it so much, but I do recognize that the rest of the living world would like to see the sun more.
For the greater good of everyone else.
I'm here for the greater good.
I go to bed early too. Okay, we've got a little bit of sad news to start with today. The father in a very popular father-son duo on TikTok has sadly passed away.
We're talking about Randy Gonzalez and his son. They were known as the Inky Boys on TikTok.
I want to make one thing clear. If you mess with Brandon, you mess with me. Yeah. Because we boys. Yeah. We friends. Yeah. We boyfriends.
No, we're not. No, we're not. You can't say that we're dudes.
We're boys and we are friends.
Yeah, that's better.
So we boyfriends.
No, we're
nobody better mess with my boyfriend.
Nope, just friends.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, really putting a smile on your face. So they have more than 15 million followers on TikTok. Randy was battling cancer. He'd been under hospice care and he was only 35 years old. They definitely put a smile on a lot of people's faces. It's just terribly sad.
It's so sad. It's such a tragedy. 35 years old. And to still be making all these videos and trying to make people smile and laugh and bond with his son, I think that's just like, it's so sad. But it also speaks to like what a sweet soul he was as a person, you know?
Yeah, and he did have several children. And actually, Bryce, who is so talented, the little one, he actually was cast in George Lopez's latest show, Lopez versus Lopez. So we are sending him and his whole family all the love in the world and really wishing him a lot of success as he moves forward.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, the Razzies, we talked about those the other day. It can get a little wild. Now they are apologizing after coming under fire for nominating a 12-year-old girl for Worst Actress of the Year.
Yeah, so the Razzies famously roast performances in movies that they consider to be the worst of the year. But a lot of people actually called out the organization when they nominated 12-year-old Ryan Kiera Armstrong for the horror film Firestarter. Now, the Razzies have since apologized. They actually removed the nomination and they said that moving forward, there will be an age limit on who can be nominated. So moving forward, you have to be 18 years old to be nominated for a Razzie. I really feel like this was the right move. You know,
I think so.
When you're 12 years old, you're still forming your identity. I mean, if you think of being a non-famous 12-year-old, anything that someone said that was insulting, it just really stuck with you and is pretty damaging. So I'm glad that they made that move, you know?
I really feel like I want to give the folks at the Razzies the benefit of the doubt and say that maybe they didn't really think about it. And, you know, you and I often talk about how it's like bad acting awards, but it's silly. We even commented on how some Academy Awards nominees also nominated for Razzies at the same time, which is wild. But you're right. I think it is the right move to keep kids out of the picture because it can really do some damage otherwise.
For sure. And then also I feel like you've also got to punch up, right? When you're joking, like you can make fun of these very famous and rich actors who are making millions of dollars a year because they have more power than us, they have more money than us. So let's make fun of them a little bit. But this is a kid we're talking about. This is a 12-year-old. So I'm glad they revoked that nomination, as they should. Let's talk weddings, because covering the cost of a wedding is no small feat.
Yeah, so a bride-to-be sparking a debate saying that bridesmaids should not have to pay to be a part of their big day. So an interesting take, actually, a little unexpected to me. From dresses, makeup, to the bachelorette party. My goodness, this bride-to-be from Australia says that bridesmaids are already donating their time and energy in so many ways. She says it just wouldn't make her very comfortable asking her close friends to pay like $1,000 to be a bridesmaid. So why should she expect her friends to do the same? And you know, some people in the comments having some really differing opinions on this one. Some say that you should have to pay, but if you can't afford it, then you should just say you don't want to be a bridesmaid. So interesting take. What do you think?
One of my friends did pay for our bridesmaid dresses, and I didn't expect it, but I very much appreciated it, because anytime someone tells you, oh, you can reuse the dress, this is a good one, you'll be able to wear it again, they're lying to you. They need to just acknowledge that you're having to buy a very expensive bridesmaid dress. So I really appreciated it when she did that, because I've never worn a bridesmaid dress outside of being a bridesmaid.
That's true. That's true. So I got married pretty young. I got married when I was 22. And I did ask my bridesmaids to buy the dress. However, I made a point of trying to get something that I both liked and was economical. So it was like a $90 dress, if I remember correctly. I could argue all day long that they could have used it again, but you're right. They probably, why would you?
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
I will say, though, I was a maid of honor for my sister's wedding. She got married when she was older, you know, and she wanted to have a very beautiful and classy wedding, which she did, but she offered to pay for half of the dress because she knew that the cost was going to be a lot more than what people normally expect.
Yeah, well, that's really nice. Did people take her up on that?
Yeah, they absolutely did. You know, so it was like, she was spending a ton of money on this wedding, which she wanted to do, you know, that was her right, but she also wanted to be helpful to friends and family while also maintaining the look of the wedding. But, you know, don't even get me started on the bachelorette parties.
That's really the
crazy.
Expensive part.
Yeah,
It's fun, but it's, oh my gosh, they're so expensive.
Yeah, so I actually worked with somebody. This did not actually happen to me, but I could not believe it. So the whole wedding party was going to Vegas, as you do, and, you know, she was trying to get the money together to get the ticket, the drinks. They wanted matching outfits, different ones each day. And at the last minute, they said, you know what, the bride shouldn't have to pay. Can we split the bill on this too?
Right, I've done that too for my friends too.
That's wild.
They're really expensive. It's really fun. I'm thinking now, I'm like, I've only got a couple more bachelorette parties, and they're fun. I always look forward to it, but man, you are not getting out of there for less than $500 to $1,000 to even more than that dollars.
Yeah,
it's really expensive.
And it seems like the price goes up, you know, the older we get to get married, if you choose to get married, because you assume you have more disposable income, you want a little more, you know.
It's a good time, but you gotta save for that. Let's talk about this, quiet quitting. Obviously, you've heard this term before, it made headlines, but there is a little bit more of a serious underlying concern with it. So a new report from Gallup finds that only 32% of people feel passionate about their jobs. 18% went as far as to say that they are, quote, actively disengaged, which is the highest number since 2013. And some of the top complaints from employees are not knowing what's expected of them, not feeling cared about, and no opportunity to grow.
Interesting. So to me, quiet quitting has always really been like doing what you're paid to do, right? So I think that different people see this word in different ways. Like trying to get away with the bare minimum to me is not like super, but if you're trying to set boundaries and say, I'm going to do the job that you are paying me to do and I will do it well, but I will do no more than that, I feel like that's fair.
One of my friends told me the term that should be what quiet quitting is called, which is the same sentiment you're expressing, acting your wage.
Acting your wage. I love it.
Yeah. Same idea. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I mean, I feel like if you're unhappy in your job, you can do everything you can to make it a better situation for yourself, right? I've been there. I've been like, what can we change here? What can we do? What can I do to feel more challenged in this situation? But sometimes you just can't, and that's when you got to start looking for a new job. And nobody also wants to work with a coworker who's complaining all the time or who seems really unhappy or who is doing the bare minimum. So do yourself a favor and get a new job. And use ChatGPT to write your cover letter, as we talked about yesterday.
Wrap around. The
cover
wrap
letters
around.
are horrible. We hate them.
You know what? I think that's super fair because I've certainly worked with people who very clearly shouldn't be at the job anymore. And the only thing, I'll tell you, I can be pretty positive at work, but the only thing that will bring me down immediately is having to deal with somebody who is so clearly unhappy, doesn't stop complaining, and then wants you to complain along with them, because I think that really messes with your own mental state if you participate in that.
And the morale of the whole company, you know what I'm saying? I also feel like as a leader, if you want to make someone's situation better, if you can't pay them more money, just show appreciation for them.
I think so.
That's like the bare minimum.
Yeah, and I feel like that is like interpersonal appreciation, not just the pizza party, though I will also take the pizza
We'll
party.
take free food. You know how we roll on Studio 13 Live?
All right, coming up, our friends Jody and Bender from Mornings on 95.7 The Jet, stopping by to talk about entertainment headlines, including how you can get your tickets to see this man, John Mayer, at Climate Pledge Arena.
Yeah, but first, our buddy Bill has a look at another act coming to Seattle. Hey, Bill.
Hey, we have a great show coming through the city of Seattle. Ain't Too Proud, The Life and Times of the Temptations is coming to the Paramount Theater from January 24th to February 5th. Ain't Too Proud is the electrifying new smash hit Broadway musical that follows the Temptations' extraordinary journey from the streets of Detroit to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Nominated for 12 Tony Awards and the winner of the 2019 Tony Award for Best Choreography, Ain't Too Proud tells the thrilling story of brotherhood, family, loyalty, and betrayal as the group's personal and political conflicts threaten to tear them apart during a decade of civil unrest in America. See the incredible show while it's here in Seattle at the Paramount Theater for just 2 weeks by visiting stgpresents.org. Now, back to the show.
Hello, it is time to check out what is poppin' in the world of entertainment.
Yeah, and for that, we are bringing in Jody and Bender from Mornings on 95.7 The Jet. Hey, guys, how you doing?
Hi, guys.
Good morning.
How are you?
Doing beautiful on this Thursday today. It's almost Friday. We're feeling good.
Feeling great. And Bender, what's up with the suit, my man?
Doesn't he look nice? Tell them what
like
you're doing.
Come on. I'm the new chair of the Seattle Children's Hospital Leadership Council, Corporate Leadership Council. And today is my first meeting as the chair, so I have to go in and look presentable. I can't walk in wearing a hoodie.
Wait, that's amazing. I love that you do that. I did not know that.
Yeah, we really appreciate all the work you guys do for the community. Yeah. So let's start off with John Mayer.
I appreciate that too. And Fox 13, first of all, you guys were intricate in our past Radiothon in December when Brian showed up and did a bunch of TV hits during Radiothon. So that was fantastic. We raised almost $500,000 in 13 hours. Wow. So that was huge, and thank you to Fox 13. Sorry, it was a slip.
It happens. It happens.
John Mayer, he's got a solo tour. Now, granted, you're thinking, well, John Mayer is a solo artist, so what do you mean a solo tour? It's an acoustic set, so it's just him, the guitar, a mic stand. It's going to be April 11th at Climate Pledge. Tickets go on sale tomorrow at all Ticketmaster locations. So just add John Mayer onto the already long list of concerts that were announced this week.
No, it makes me so happy every time we talk to you because you're telling us about a new show that's coming to town that we can get hyped about. What I'm not excited about is if you are sharing a Netflix account. I know they're cracking down. Fill us in on the latest with this.
So Netflix has been threatening for a long time. Hey, we know that you're sharing passwords and we're going to make you stop. So they did this pilot project in Latin America where they found who was basically, you know, not so secretly using other people's passwords. And then they said, okay, if you want to let these people keep using your passwords, you have to pay $3.50 per person on your account. So some people paid the money. Some people told their friends, enough. The question is, will you pay $3 to let your friends stay on your account?
Yeah, who's using? Do you have somebody using your password right now?
I know.
Why
Carly's
would you
got somebody on her account.
We're the owners of the account. We're the moochers of the account. I'll
tell you what, though.
Are you an account moocher?
I am. Yeah.
Carly.
I will tell you this, though. I've been trying to pay my friend for 6 years since I've been using her Netflix account. She won't take the money.
I would take your money.
Oh, really?
We'll see what happens when she has to pay an extra $4. My Netflix bill per month is going to be $60 by the time I'm done with all these
Here's
people.
the issue that we had this morning. The issue we had this morning is that Jody's not sure her mom is worth $3.
Look, my best friend uses my account, and my mother and father have been on my account. So, okay, if it's $4 and that's another $10, Netflix already costs $20, so it'll be $30 a month for one streaming service.
It's your mom.
I love my parents. My mother loves Netflix, and obviously I don't want to start comparing all the things that they've done for me versus me paying $4 a month to let them watch Wednesday. I'm sure I'll do it.
Wow.
I will do it. I love you, Mom.
It. Well,
you can keep
now
watching
that we're
Wednesday.
done admitting to minor crimes, let's talk about the Harlem Globetrotters. They're here this weekend.
Yeah, the Harlem Globetrotters are going to be in town tomorrow night at Angel of the Winds Casino, Sunday at Climate Pledge, but Jody and I got to, try and take Scooter Christensen, who is a Harlem Globetrotter, to school. We went 1-on-1 against 2, 2 against 1.
It was 1-on-1.
It was a game of horse that went horribly wrong. We have video. He just, I am personally thinking that there's really no way to spin it. It was bad. It was bad. Jody didn't bring the game. I didn't bring the game.
I'm better than that.
And he embarrassed us.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Nice and comfortable. Good shot. Bop, bop. There we go. Got it. She got it.
Son of... We have an age.
Oh, good. Good. Hopping.
Right down the middle. Normal shot, right? Normal shot. This time, you got to close your eyes.
Okay. Keep closer.
I mean, he got the J's on. He should be okay.
Remember with Michael? Hey, Matumbo!
Oh!
We have HO.
No.
Because you got places to be. We got places to be. I say we move it from horse
to cow
to pit or cow.
Oh, okay. Off the backboard.
Okay. I mean, I can't do it. I mean, I'm embarrassed that I can't do it.
So.
Well, guys.
Yeah, it was bad.
What can you say?
I coached my son's basketball team for 4 years, and I should have done better.
You should have done better.
I should have done anything.
We appreciate you
It's true.
guys sharing this with us. Jody and Bender, thank you so much. You can catch them weekday mornings, but not on the basketball court. 95.7 The Jet.
No.
All right, coming up, we are trying some delicious ciders from Apple Capital of the World.
Woohoo! Yonder Cider is joining us in studio to share a few of their cocktail-inspired flavors.
I wanna see you smile.
Hey, it is time for Seattle Sips, where we talk about delicious drinks that the area has to offer.
All right, today we are joined by Caitlin Brom, founder and CEO of Yonder Cider. Hello, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, tell us kind of the origin story of Yonder Cider.
Well, for those of you that know, we launched in August of 2020, which is in the middle of the pandemic. We actually started in my garage up in Finney Ridge.
Whoa.
So we have a huge production facility out in Wenatchee, and that's where we produce all of our cider, but it was the middle of the pandemic, so nobody could go out and drink our stuff anywhere. So I opened a little to-go bar in the garage, and we started selling 4-packs to go. We called it Yonder Bar, and it was a huge hit. So it was the only place really people could go and grab something new and different. And it was a smashing success. We sold merch, gave away a lot of dog treats, a lot of suckers to kids, and sold a lot of cider during that time.
Wait, I love that.
Yeah.
And you have, I heard that you changed legislation.
We did, yeah. So we had one neighbor who actually lived about 7 blocks away who wasn't a huge fan of Yonder Bar, but we had enough neighbors who were completely supportive. We raised about 5,000 signatures and worked with Councilmember Strauss to pass a bill called Bringing Business Home. And what it did was it allowed businesses like mine to get started in their garage, and it relaxed some of the home restrictions on owning a business within your home. So we know a couple other chocolate shops, coffee shops that ended up opening in their garages after we passed that bill, and we're really proud of being able to be a part of that.
That's so awesome.
And you have grown quite a bit now. You have a tap room. Tell us about that.
We do. We have a tap room in Ballard. It's us and Bailbreaker Brewing. There's 16 taps of cider, 16 taps of beer. It's a beautiful space, outdoor fire pits, food trucks, everything. So we really encourage people to come down, and I think the best part about it is if you don't know if you like cider, you can come down, you can get a flight, 2 beer, 2 cider, give it a try. Our bartenders are so knowledgeable, and they'll kind of point you in the right direction depending on what you like.
Cider's so easy to like, if you ask me.
I agree.
I'm not the hugest beer drinker, but I definitely like cider, and I can't wait to try some of yours.
Let's do it.
We're going to start with our dry. So this is our #1 seller. They've got some glasses over there
Which is
for
my
you.
general favorite, okay? But I do know you got some like special flavors too.
We
so
do.
It's very
We'll get to
exciting.
those. And
Thank
so
you.
the thing that makes Yonder Yonder is we do a blend of. I know, here.
You join in. We can't be rude here. Cheers.
We do a blend of what we call culinary apples, so what you'd find at the grocery store, Honeycrisp, Fuji, Gala, and then we add what we call cider fruit to it. And that cider fruit gives it more body, more tannin, more aroma, and just, I don't know, makes it a little bit better, I feel.
I love that.
Yeah,
I also
I do
love your branding. This is so
Yeah.
cute. All the colors, the font, and everything. I'm a sucker for good branding.
You know, I have a background in PR marketing and branding.
do you?
And
wow.
and then I really got into the beverage world. And so when I launched Yonder about 2.5 years ago, it was my chance to be able to marry the two things I love so much and make sure it looked beautiful as well as tasted beautiful.
Oh my God.
Awesome. What else are we trying?
We're going to try our blackberry sage. This one's Palisades. We either have people that call them by their names or call them by their colors. So people love the purple
Love
one.
the purple. Well,
And you can
purple's
see that
my
beautiful
favorite
color.
color.
And it is a little purple, yeah.
This one's actually based off a cocktail from a bar up in Finney Ridge called Oliver's Twist. One of my favorite cocktails is the Old Sally, and it's blackberry sage and bourbon. So we took a twist on that and made a cider.
This does
I love it.
taste like a cocktail.
It's sweet, but not too sweet, which
Yeah, it's
sometimes
perfect.
trips me up, and I love this.
I'm not a big sweet cider drinker, and what we strive for is, you know, we put really amazing apples into all of these ciders. We don't want to just cover that up with a bunch of other flavors. We want to make sure you taste it all. And so making sure everything has beautiful balance, is cocktail inspired. I love cocktails when I'm not drinking cider, and so we pull a lot from that industry.
Genius.
I love that. Can we try one more?
Of course.
What else you got for us?
We've got Coulis, which is pineapple lime. We'll save that one because I want you to try this one.
Okay.
This is called Velvet Cashmere. And so the other big part of Yonder is we love partnerships. This one is a partnership with Fast Penny Spirits. It's a local owned Amaro company. And we took our cashmere cider, which is this red one here, that's based off of a Negroni, and added a little Amaro to it.
Beautiful.
So it's definitely going to have a cocktail vibe to it. It's technically a wine cocktail.
Oh my gosh, that's so good. It's a wine, it's a cocktail, and it's cider, right?
It tastes so good. I wasn't expecting it to be so delicious, but of
either.
course you did it.
I've never had cider that tasted like this before.
Again, I love cocktails when I'm not working and drinking cider. So we find it a beautiful way to not only showcase the cocktail industry and the cider industry, but partner with really beautiful organizations that we love.
Amazing.
Thank you so much for joining us, Caitlin. And you know, we've posted more info on our website, Yonder Cider. You can find it at box13seattle.com/Studio13Live.
Yeah, and coming up, stick around because we're taking you inside some luxury tree houses. We're going to be talking about how you can stay there yourself if you want to. We'll be right back.
You know what? I got to tell you, I really love a staycation.
Oh, yeah. And you actually don't have to go that far for one, living here in Seattle. So on this episode of Passport to the Northwest, I headed to Issaquah and I checked out some epic tree houses. You know, there's a place about 20 minutes outside of Seattle where you can stay in a treehouse. It's called Treehouse Point, and today we're checking it out. All right, so today we are taking the Honda CR-V, which has so much cargo space. You could fit tons of groceries, camera equipment like us, or adventure gear like snowboards and skis. Road trip time, we love it. Treehouse Point. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. Tell me everything about this place. This is incredible.
Well, 22 miles east of Seattle, real close. Feels like worlds away.
Cool. I'm so excited. Do you want to show me around?
I'd love to. Let's go.
Okay. Okay, this is so adorable.
Welcome to Temple of the Blue Moon.
Temple of the Blue Moon. This was the first treehouse that was built here, right?
This started it all.
Tell me kind of the history behind it.
So it was built in 2006, and it actually was the first treehouse, as we talked about, when Pete Nelson, the owner of this property, also the treehouse master, first found this property. He was walking along the river, and this Sitka spruce right here was just lit up like a light beam, and it was like the heavens glittered, and he said, that's the one.
Oh my gosh. And what can people expect if they stay here?
Great question. Pure relaxation, over-the-top hospitality, and an amazing breakfast each morning they stay.
Oh my gosh, look at this staircase. Whoa. Talk about an entrance. Whoa, this is incredible. Ooh, I really appreciate the spiral staircase entrance. That was so fun.
It's grand.
It's grand. Who stays here? Is it mostly solo travelers? Is it couples? Is it families? Who can stay here?
Well, anyone over the age of 13 can stay overnight, and a lot of couples, romance, intimacy, reconnection.
So outside of the treehouse, what is there to do around here?
Our guests love to feed the trout in our fish pond. So free little gumbo machine gives you some trout food, and it's just like watching a fire. You could watch them feed for days. The river is great to be enjoyed. A lot of relaxation down there, building some cairns, breakfast, and of course, just enjoying nature.
What are your busiest seasons? Is it more summer? Is it more winter? We're
open year round. They're heated, nice and cozy, but definitely summer is when we have, you gotta plan ahead a little bit more.
Yeah, so it might be a good time to get in the winter.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that sounds
staycations
awesome.
for locals.
Yes. Okay, I have to climb up here now. Oh. Whoa! This is awesome. There's a bed. Oh, I love this one. And then the bathroom's up here too. You gotta come see this. Whoa! It's a battle for the fish food. So you guys do weddings in here. This is magical.
So many celebrations. We do somewhere about 50 a year and then 40 elopements.
Oh my gosh. Elopements. Wait, tell me about that.
100 celebrations of love. Elopements, you can get married to just the 2, or you can have your nearest, closest friends with a max of 10.
And then dance the night away in this room.
Of course.
Under the twinkly lights with the trees all around. This is amazing.
Indoor, outdoor, enjoy the forest, enjoy your wedding.
What a location. Wait, Bree, tell me about this siding. I like how it's kind of wavy.
So inspired by the river, our carpenters hand carved it so that nothing is designed entirely the same, and the way the sheet cedar grabs the water, it just glistens when it's wet.
Okay, I feel like you maybe saved the best for last here.
Definitely.
This one is so cool. Tell me all about this.
So this is the Ananda treehouse. It is actually the first ever commercial ADA accessible treehouse.
That's incredible. Yeah, I noticed the ramp coming up here, and you don't normally think treehouse accessible, but was that a conscious choice?
Absolutely. Pete Nelson and Jody Nelson, the whole family want everyone to be able to enjoy these treehouses.
I love that. That's incredible. I'm so happy that that's the case here. How long do people stay in treehouses? Do they stay one night? Do they stay a few nights?
I love the good old 4-night stay, but we have a 2-night minimum with single nights on Sundays.
Okay, and how much does it cost to stay in these?
Depending time of year, treehouse between $2.99 and $6.25 a night.
Okay, cool. This one is so awesome, and it's so cozy. There's a little fire, you guys. Let's go warm our hands up over here. Okay, I officially want to stay here. This is so cool. If someone doesn't want to stay overnight here, is there another way they can check out Treehouse Point?
Absolutely. We offer treehouse tours, anyone, any age, 1 hour, $35 for a ticket. See all the tree houses.
Oh my gosh, awesome. Well, thank you so much for showing us around. I love tree houses. It's official. Well, if you want to check out Treehouse Point, we've got all that info on our website for you. Just head to fox13seattle.com/Studio13Live. You can click the links over on the right side there.
Awesome. All right, coming up, the Pacific Northwest Reptile and Exotic Animal Show is coming to Puyallup this weekend. But first, they are stopping by our studio, snakes and all. You don't want to miss this.
The Pacific Northwest Reptile and Exotic Animal Show is coming to Puyallup this weekend. It is the largest and longest running reptile show in the Pacific Northwest, and we've already kicked off the party here, apparently.
I am low-key panicking. Can you see the fear in my face? Actually, these little fellas are adorable and very calm. I'm still nervous, y'all. Joining us today to tell us more about the show and introduce us to some more friends, we have Director of Operations Jeff Hoffman and his son Carter. Hello, guys. How you doing?
Doing well.
Good. You look so casual with that snake behind you.
I know. Want to make sure you guys notice.
Steve.
Steve. Do these little guys have a name?
Yeah.
You can name them whatever you'd like.
Oh.
Those ones are currently without name.
This is Barley.
There we go.
Barley?
Because it rhymes with Carly, and we just had beer.
This is George.
Barley and George.
Good.
Are they boys or
They're
girls?
both girls.
Oh, they're
Oh,
But that
Georgette.
works. That's
it's
fine.
okay.
It's
It's
fine.
2023.
You can be named whatever you want. So, Jeff, you travel around the Pacific Northwest. Tell us about what people can expect to see.
So it's the largest reptile show in the Pacific Northwest. We have over 150 vendors this time. It's like any other
Vendors meaning you sell them, or
yeah, most of them are for sale, along with all the equipment needed for their proper care.
Okay.
We have, it's like any other trade show where you have individual vendors. So you have one vendor that has primarily geckos, another with maybe just bearded dragons, another with snakes, and then there are other interactive options for the whole family. So if
oh, I see a fennec fox on the screen too. Do we get different kinds of animals too?
Yes. So the mammal side is variable. This time there will for sure be at least a kangaroo that you can get in with and spend some time with.
Kangaroo.
Yeah, and
I've never met a kangaroo before.
You can this weekend.
Okay.
Excellent. So we got lots of visitors, so let's get to that. Who are we meeting today?
So what you have there is
Okay.
an African fat-tailed gecko.
What I have right here.
Much?
Okay.
Yeah. And
Because I'm nervous, my man. I'm very nervous.
this is a gargoyle gecko.
Okay.
This is a bearded dragon. These are all pretty common pet species. This is actually one of the more common pet species of snake, too. This is a Colombian boa. So this is the classic pet snake.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
This is also a Colombian boa. It's just an albino form.
Did the
So these are
snakes
the
get
exact-
along?
Well, yeah, they're not aggressive toward one another. They have
Okay.
separate enclosures.
Are they dangerous to people, or are they safe to be
No,
around?
no, you would be a lot worse off with a dog or a cat bite, to be honest.
Really?
And obviously, as you can see, they have no reason to bite.
Oh my god.
They're bred in captivity, so they're used to human interaction.
Nice. Have you always loved animals, or?
Yeah.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. This is wild.
So you have any of these that you can interact with at the show. There are breeders from all over the Pacific Northwest that you can talk to about proper care. And then if you so choose, you could take one home with you as well.
Do a lot of people buy the exotic animals at the...
Most people are going there to find a new pet or new animal for themselves. And again, you're talking with experts in the area.
Okay.
And then, in between the shows, you have their contact info for any questions you need for follow-up. So it's
Okay.
really a great community of support and networking.
All right, this has been really amazing. So we are going to take a quick break, and we will be right back with you guys. All right?
Sounds good.
We took it up a notch.
Maria really
We
took it up a notch. You've got a snake scarf on right
I got
now.
a snake scarf. I can't even talk, girl. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Steve has been very gentle, but I am sweating a lot. Okay. So we are back with our friends here with Reptiles, and let's talk a little more about what you guys have. I feel like my mic's getting covered up. Oh my gosh.
So
So this is a Colombian boa. They are found in South Africa.
America.
America.
Close.
Yep. Close.
So yeah, again, this is the traditional boa constrictor, like the song.
Okay.
But they won't swallow you alive.
Good.
They don't actually get that big. And you can see they're very tractable too. So they despite their size, they do make pretty common and good pets.
Okay.
These are reticulated pythons. These are actually the longest snake in the world eventually.
Really? How long do they get?
Easily 20 feet on average.
So these are little babies?
Yes, these are babies. And these are the exact same color morph, except one is albino and one is still melanistic.
So do people typically buy them when they're babies and then have them grow themselves?
Most often, yeah.
Okay.
And again, any of these that are offered at the show, they're bred by the vendors that have them. They are very knowledgeable people. They'll give you all the information you need. They'll direct you to where you can go for equipment if they don't have it themselves.
Yeah.
So it's kind of an all-in-one shop.
Got it. How did you guys get into this?
Oh, I had a box turtle when I was 10, and then I just developed from there.
Wow.
And then I kind of wrangled him into it. So
He started selling animals. He started buying them, then breeding them, then selling them.
Okay. And talk to me about how different it is to have a reptile as a pet versus something more traditional.
So realistically, in a lot of ways, it's easier. They have enclosures at the house. Most of them aren't needing needing to be fed multiple times a day. So if you go to the coast for the weekend with your family, they're pretty self-sufficient as long as you have them set up right. So in a lot of ways, it's simpler. They don't have dander that people are allergic to, and it's a unique aspect bringing nature into your home and having it thrive. So there's a lot of joys that come with some of the challenges of keeping something different than a traditional pet.
Yeah.
What would you say is the most popular reptile pet?
So probably bearded dragons.
Yeah.
Which is what I have?
Yep, that's what we have. That's one of the most popular. Right after that would be ball pythons, which I didn't bring any of, but there will be thousands there. Literally
Can you
thousands.
tell us some more interesting facts about these reptiles?
Sure.
I'm doing okay.
So those Colombian boas, they're a constrictor, same as these reticulated pythons. Constrictors subdue their prey by asphyxiating them, squeezing them to death.
Yes, Steve was hugging me a second ago.
But that's
Hugging's a nice word.
That's because he was absorbing your body heat because they are cold-blooded.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
nice.
that's so
So
interesting.
he's not trained to squeeze you to death.
Oh, well, I appreciate it, Steve.
He's a gentleman.
Chivalry is not dead.
No,
Snakes.
not when it comes to Steven. Those bearded dragons are from Australia, so they're running around in the outback. They're taking shelter in bushes when it's 115 degrees out plus.
Yeah.
So they're incredibly durable.
So they can thrive in cold and hot
Not
environments?
cold so much. You just room temperature. You don't even want them at room temperature for that long. So for a segment like this, it's fine. But then he's gonna get right back on heat before he's too cold for too long.
Yeah. Well, this has been a very memorable day.
I will
Probably more for
never
you even.
forget this.
Oh my
guys, thank you so much
Thank you
for
guys for
joining
having us. I
us.
appreciate
Jeff, Carter, congratulations on working with these wonderful animals. And you can catch them at the Pacific Northwest Reptile and Exotic Animal Show at Washington State Fairgrounds this weekend.
Yep, all that info is up on our website, fox13seattle.com/studio13live. And we will be right back with Mariposa Tapas Bar. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back. It is time for the most delicious part of the day. It is Emerald Eats, where we highlight fantastic food in our area.
And we got these amazing folks here with us today. We have Grayson Corrales and Reynaldo Guevara from Mariposa Tapas Bar. Welcome, 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 you guys.
Thank you for having us.
Good to have you. And we are in good company because they are Seattle Met's 2022 Restaurant of the Year. How does that feel?
Exciting.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. And I did see your photos. You looked great in the magazine. Absolutely.
And you'll have an amazing backstory. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so the restaurant, Mariposa Tapas Bar, is based on my grandmother. I grew up with her cooking. She lived really close to me here in Washington State. And she taught me a lot of Spanish cuisine. And then I ended up pursuing specifically Galician cuisine in Spain. I worked at a 2 Michelin star restaurant, Cuyer de Pau, and learned more about Galician cuisine. And then I came back and we got this awesome opportunity to take over the old Cafe Press space, and we kind of just jumped right into it. G here, we've been friends for like 7-8 years.
Yeah,
we
that's
met.
beautiful.
That's awesome. What was it like working in a 2 Michelin star restaurant?
Very intense. Yeah.
I bet. Was it like the show The Bear? Have you watched that?
I haven't watched it.
Oh my gosh, it was so intense.
She's busy living it.
Yeah,
living it. Okay, so one of my favorite things about tapas is that I have a hard time deciding sometimes what it is I like. So it's just a fun way to try lots of different things, I think. And we are trying some pulpo, but there is difference between traditional and then the maripili pulpo. Of course, for people who don't know, pulpo is octopus.
Totally.
So talk to me about what we're making.
Yeah, so we're just going to do 2 demos here. One is going to be traditional pulpo a la gallega. That is just Galician-style octopus in English. We, on our menu, write polvo a feira, which is Galician for fair-style octopus, because you wouldn't say Galician-style octopus in Galicia.
In Galicia, yes, of course.
It's just fair-style. But yeah, we're going to go through and demo what you would see traditionally in a bar or like a tavern in Galicia. And then we're going to demo our version, which is just like a little bit of a creative take on it.
Beautiful. Let's check it out.
Awesome. So first, on the traditional, we're going to put some cachelos, which are like chunked Galician potatoes, actually. Okay. These are just boiled with salt, and then you can add a little bit of bay leaf if you'd like. I'm gonna come over here and cut up this octopus straight onto the plate.
Wow. I feel like we've had a very adventurous day today, Carly.
Very adventurous day.
So also traditional in Galicia would be cutting octopus with scissors.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you would never cut octopus with a knife in a Galician bar.
Interesting. Well, it does the job, doesn't it?
It does.
And I'm loving how like simple and straightforward it is. Walk me through how beautiful and unwieldy it can be to just really let the flavors shine on their own.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that we deal with a lot at Maripili is like taking these really simple classics and trying to find ways to not overpower them, but keep everything still like creative and sort of a little more sophisticated than what you might see in a bar. But yeah, so all you would see in the bar food is some sprinkled paprika over the top. This is sweet paprika. And then you'd also get hot paprika. And then lastly, some high quality olive oil. Yeah, it's true though. Spanish food and Galician food especially can be super simple, home style, but it's really comforting. And we're just putting some flake salt over the top. And that's like pretty much exactly what you would get in a bar in Galicia.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So let's check out what it is that we would see at your restaurant.
Yeah. So at Maripili, we use a knife because I can be more coordinated with it. We start with our pulpo potatoes, which are kennebucks. We first poach them in olive oil infused with garlic. Obviously, we cut them into this really unique shape, these cylinders, poach them in olive oil, coat them in cornstarch, and then deep fry them.
Oh,
so
yum.
you get this crispy exterior and then a soft, fluffy interior, and then sort of like the olive oil you would drizzle over the octopus is instead infused into the potato. So I come in here.
And while you're working on this and chopping it up, I mean, it is common. I've traveled to Spain and seen pulpo. Don't see it a whole lot around here. Is that difficult to find, or can you just go to your supermarket?
That's a good question. I wouldn't know because we have special restaurant purveyors.
Yeah.
But I find that it's pretty easy to find octopus for restaurants. We are really specific about the place that we get ours.
Sure.
It's like a really specific texture that we're looking for. So yeah, there's one brand in particular that we really like.
And you've got something called abuela sauce. What is that?
Yeah, that's it's the sauce that I used to cook with my grandmother. Our whole family used to get together to cook it. It was fresh vegetables out of her garden, tomato, tomato, red bell peppers, and onion that we would get from a local farm because I grew up on a farm. So we would just get this big truckload of onions, and they would go to cellar, but we would take some fresh ones, cut them up, saute them with garlic out of my grandma's garden as well. Red bell peppers, and then you add in a lot of olive oil and tomatoes, and then you kind of like stir the sauce all day. So it's like this really, it was an important like family building moment for us.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's try some of this delicious food. Now, you do have options for vegetarians. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so go ahead, G.
So we have options. We have more options in the restaurant, but today we brought the mushroom croquettes and our patatas bravas with our brava sauce. Well, we used our abuela sauce, and we add in the hot paprika to make spice, and we use sherry vinegar. Then we have a triple garlic aioli.
Nice. I'll try a croquette while Maria gets right in there.
Yeah, let's try the pulpo if you don't mind. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Excellent.
You go, girl.
Oh, I'm going to try this right here. Can I just like grab it? Is that okay? All right, guys. This is very adventurous looking, but I am excited to try it. So I'm going to get a little pulpo with some sauce.
You're so adventurous. Look at you today. You're taking all the risks. You win for today.
It's good.
Yeah. Grayson and Reynaldo, thank you so much for coming in here.
Thank you so much.
Great having you. And we've gone ahead and posted a link for more info on Mariposa Tapas Bar, fox13seattle.com/studio13live. Have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Thank you.
I wanna see you smile, take you another mile. Don't gotta